Hey guys, it's Jim Bounds at Co-op Motorworks and Motorhome Rehab Ranch, and I've not seen this coach at all, and I was going to talk a little bit about this and what the expectations are. One of the problems that we're finding after 45 years is the interiors are literally falling apart. I mean, do you have any particle board cabinets in your house that are 45 years old? That material wasn't made to last this long. So you get into a coach that looks pretty good, but the interior could be just rotted out of it. The floors are starting to bow, things like this. So you've got to look at that stuff and realize that even those have value because they can be totally stripped down to the floor and built back up. Some coaches still have enough value left in them to be able to build them. And on my daily post, I've been talking a little bit about that. This coach is an early model coach. It's a 74. It's actually number 11 in 74, which means it's a late 73 because they kept running the 73s and just called them 74s. There are problems with 73s and 4s, just like there are problems with 77s and 78s. But if it's made it this long, if it's still alive, well, there's a lot to be said for that. This coach, it's had a lot of money put in it over the years, a lot of love. When I say a lot of money, just to keep it in this condition for 45 years cost a lot of money. I mean, you know. Now, it's got original windshields. You can see they got a little bit of fog in them. But, you know, windshields can be done. And 45-year-old windshields fog up. So let's go around the other side over here and let's look at some things. One of the things on a 73, 74, the UAW workers, Bubba and Scooter, did not know how to bond, to glue things together. The aircraft industry did, but you know, the RV or the auto industry didn't know how to do that. So what was happening, this plastic panel and this plastic panel are glued together, right? Well, they were coming apart before they even got out of the factory. So the early model coaches, you'll see a bunch of rivets on them. That doesn't mean a negative, they just meant that Bubba and Scooter didn't do the glue well and they had to rivet it together. Now on the 77s and 78s, you won't see any rivets. They got it figured out. But it's not a big deal, it just is what it is, okay? The windows, a lot of them you'll see this, where it's dark color and light color, or it might be all light. Originally, this was black. This was anodized black, and whoever anodized this piece was a different guy that anodized this piece, and that lasted a little longer. You know, what's the half-life of anodized? Well, somewhere in between here, okay? These are early style windows. The later style windows were a little easier to open and stuff like that, but these windows are fine. There's no problem with them, okay? Now the 73s had a stainless steel plate here to offset because the door was cut for a different hinge, for a different latch. This is a 74, so this is the second series of doors that they had. No problem. The big deal on the door, it's got a little bit of movement in it, so it needs a little bit of love on that. Let's go on in here. Well, just like on my motorhome, the cabinet work in the 73s and 74s were an off-campus company called Gemini, and they were glued together in plywood and stuff like that, and the glue let go. Well, on this one, it looks like that happened too, because we have an all-new cabinet, kitchen cabinet, all-new cabinet, over here, a couple of home chairs, you know. This was their idea of what they wanted to do. It has day-night shades. They put $1,000 in those. I'm not really excited about them because see how they kind of droop and go to hell. But they're good. So this interior, hey, this is pretty nice. See, these cabinets, these are new cabinets. This cabinet fell apart just like it did on mine. They built a new one. This is an original cabinet. You can see. See, it's got the little half-inch gimp at the top. It looks pretty decent. The hallway is all original. Very clean, very nice. See, this coach can be, it's got a new Dometic fridge in it. This coach can be used. this is a viable machine. And, you know, shoot, this is easily worth 50 grand if it's all mechanically sound. Why? Because the interior, you can live in it. Doesn't have critters in it. The cabinet walls aren't falling apart, particle board and all that kind of stuff. So this is a good survivor, a decent survivor. And if that's what you're looking to do now, if you want a special coach, I mean, you want it super this and that, and you want purple with pink polka dots, you really would be better off buying a core or something interior shot and just build a new interior in it. Yeah, it's going to be very expensive, but that's just an estimate. If I can cover the original cabinets, or if I can use the original cabinets, that's far less than having to build new ones. So those are some of the considerations. If you're looking to get on the road and in a GMC, an economy deal, the interior is what you want to look at, because the interior is the fit and finish. That's the money-sucking pig of the world, is labor, and the interior takes the labor. It has original dash, original, I don't know, some funky forest green. I'm not sure what GM had in mind there. But it's clean, it's nice. The steering column isn't holding up the dash. A lot of them are. So, you know, these seats are a little wild, and it's using home material. Okay. Not a bad coach. It needs a lot of things, but they all do, you know. They all need some love. But if you're looking to buy a decent survivor, this is really what you need to do. Of course, it needs to run. Of course, it needs to have mechanicals and all that done. But if you don't have an interior, it's going to be expensive to get it where you can use it. This is kind of cute. Got some handle holes here. That's the original bunk brackets. He left them in there and put this in there. This is a 73 this is an early headliner. It's a one-piece headliner. You know, if the headliner looks like crap, you can actually roll it with with home paint. But you can see here how it's bowing down. See there? See that? So this material is dead, but it still looks good. You know, those are the kind of things you need to look at and to make your determination on. All of them need all the mechanicals, every one of them. So don't ask, well, you know, when was the brake job done last? You'll know that when you go in and change all the brakes, you know. 25. This coach, they want $25,000 for it. You could probably put another 5 to 10 in some mechanicals to make it a little bit more reliable, to know absolutely you're going to get home. You might want to do something to the dash, you know. If the colors are cool with you, then book them. If it's not, well, you know, it's going to take some intake in cash to take this coach. Windshields. You don't know how bad your vision is until you get new glasses, right? Well, these windshields, you wouldn't know how pretty it is if you didn't change these windshields to new glass. You know, 2000, all done. Guaranteed, sealed, and all that. So I hope this helps a little bit to clear up trying to buy one of these coaches. You know, interior is the part you can't live without, because that's where you are. You got to have carpet. You got to have an air conditioner. It'd be real nice to have a generator that works. Blinds so nobody watches your butt. You know, maybe air conditioner so you don't have to get a shower at the end of the day. Those are the things to look for. I hope this is helping you, and give me a call if I can tell you about anything else. Next time, see ya.